Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sunday night. Hopefully you guys are doing pretty good. I've been so busy this week, guys, it's not even funny. I was working till like 2:30, 3 in the morning last night. It's not my normal work schedule, but I had a big job I had to get done, and I got quite a bit done. So anyways, just taking some time here to chill out and talk to you guys about some guns and maybe some politics and stuff too. Let me turn my light on real quick here. All right, that's a little better. It's not so dark now. Anyways, yeah, if you guys are out there, just leave in the comments. Let me know you're here so I can say hi. Any questions about any milsurps, AKs, or any kind of political talk or gun rights stuff, just let me know, and I want to talk about that stuff too. So, looks like JNNC just stopped in. How's it going, man? Anyways, I'll wait for a couple more guys to come on in. In the meantime, I got a couple little guns I'm going to show you. Yeah, mine was shaky at first too. Hopefully it'll work out. I don't know if I have a bad internet connection right now or what exactly the deal is. Hopefully it comes to pretty quick here. Anyways, I've got this gun I'm going to be talking about in a little bit. If anyone wants to guess what that is. And I've got this one too. No, the main topic isn't on the WBP rifle necessarily, but I can talk about it a little bit. I just wanted to, at a certain point, talk about Radom Poland a little bit. There's a few things I wanted to kind of talk about, and maybe a few misconceptions that are on with that. So, yeah, I don't have any of the new WBP Fox rifles yet, even though they're pretty cool. I do have a parts kit that I'm almost finished with, a WBP. I'm building a beryllium clone, and I've got most of the parts for that ready to go. So, yeah. Okay, we got Cave Dave. How's it going, man? Troll 22001. How's it going? But yeah, so neither of these guns are a Viz 35, but I will say one of them is from Poland. This one is from Poland. And this one is from Yugoslavia. So there's your hints. And this Yugoslavian gun actually came with this. Let's see here, it's packed in Cosmoline. This came with the holster too, if that gives you any hints. Let's see here. Brastard 762's in. How's it going? The AP80 Army, I'm not really familiar with that one, to be honest with you. Maybe someone else can chime in. I know it's a 22. I think it's a little bit different than the new Romanian offering, but that's one of those that I don't have, to be honest. So I haven't really had any experience with that one about any erratic ejection or jamming issues. Yes, I guess I'll start talking about Radom Poland real briefly. And JNNC did get it right. This is a Polish P64. These are really cool little guns, guys. You can see the Circle 11 there. This particular example. As soon as my camera focuses, and it doesn't. Okay, there's a good one. Yeah, so it's got the Circle 11 that we've seen on the different 8Ks and other Polish guns. Now these are available right now for like pretty cheap, you know, like right now $200. So this is a gun I think everyone should get, because after the surplus dries up, I think it's going to go up to closer to its real value, because this is really not a $200 gun. If you look at the craftsmanship, the machining, I mean, this is by no means like a perfect example, but it's in pretty good shape. But you can just see by looking at this gun, I mean, the fit and finish of it's just immaculate. Everything's perfectly smooth. There's no rough edges on it anywhere. This gun's got some heft to it. I mean, this is a solid chunk of steel here, which is actually a good thing, because a gun this small with the 9mm Makarov, the 9x18, you want it to have a little bit of weight. For example, I have a Hungarian PA63, and that's got the aluminum frame with the same cartridge. And man, that thing flips right out of your hand if you don't watch it. This gun's a little more, you know, steady in the hand. But yeah, these right now, I don't really want to endorse this company, but if it helps you guys out, you can get these from Classic Firearms. Right now, they're $199. This one I got about 2 weeks ago when they had them on sale briefly for like $179. So even with shipping, it was around $200 even out the door. But yeah, most of these from this batch they have are in pretty good shape. I bought a few of these just because, again, I think they're like really undervalued for $200. I think I could give you guys like literally dozens of examples of these types of guns that come in pretty cheap, and then after a few years, people forget about them, and then you go to find them on the secondary market like Gun Broker, and they just keep going up and up. So I can pretty much guarantee you, even for $200 plus shipping, you're not going to lose money on this gun. I can't see it ever being worth less than $200, okay? And I'm going to guess it's going to be $200, $250, then $300, and I can see this gun peaking out at $400, $450. Maybe 10 years from now, even $500. Who knows? Because they only made a certain amount of these. They're never going to make any more. You can guarantee that. Classic seems to have a pretty good supply of them. They've had them for a little while now, and I've noticed they've been kind of dropping their prices down. But I think right now it's kind of at bottom. $200. Maybe you might get lucky and get it again for $179. But yeah, I've bought a few of these. I can't remember exactly. Maybe 4 of them in the last year or so, and they're all in pretty darn good shape. I mean, this one I did not pay the hand select on. It has a teeny bit of holster wear right around the front here. A little spot there. But by no means is it bad at all. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you guys. I've literally bought guns from them before and bought 2 of the same gun at the same time, right? And paid the hand select fee. And me and my friend that owns the local gun shop, you know, when I went to pick them up, looked at them both for 15 minutes. Couldn't even tell which one was the hand select. So I don't know. It's up to you. I kind of like to I like to pay the hand select, but in certain cases like these, I think you're pretty much as good to go, you know. So yeah, this is a let me see who's in the chat real quick first. Let's see here. We've got Mr. F and H came in. How's it going, man? Oh, by the way, most of you guys probably already subbed to his channel, but if you don't, go check Mr. F and H out. He did a pretty cool holster review the other day, right? Like the Burly Man, it was called. And he's even got a pretty cool like Star Wars type effect at the beginning. But it's a good review. He does quite a bit of drawing from it and just kind of shows you guys how it fits in the waistband and how he kind of made adjustments with his belt foot and stuff. So it's a good practical video. So I recommend you guys go check him out when you get a chance. Let's see who else we got here. Conspirace. That's another good channel, actually. I don't know if you guys have seen his channel, but he's got a video of like a boiling tree stump and all kinds of stuff. I really don't know him personally. He's kind of like a private guy, I think, but I have been to his channel and he has a few videos, so I'll give a shout out to Conspirace too. He's got some pretty interesting type videos, right? Let's see here. Dante Thompson in the house. How's it going, man? All right, I don't think I missed anybody. Anyways, about this P64, I just wanted, this kind of as a segue to a little bit bigger topic I wanted to talk about a little bit. So when you go to like Classic Firearms website, they call it the Radom P64. And the term Radom actually means a couple different things. And I don't know, I guess the way to word it is there's a few little misconceptions about it. And I feel there's a few companies nowadays kind of using the term Radom for marketing purposes. And I just wanted to make you guys aware of it. So this gun, if you look at it specifically, let's see if I can get the markings. There we go. PW Arms, I had it for just a second. Okay, so it says ZM Luxnick. So when this gun was made in the town of Radom, Poland in 1969, the factory it was made in, which bears the classic Polish Arsenal 11, that Circle 11 that we all know, it was actually the ZM Luxnick company. Later on, let me back up. Before that, and then again afterwards, it was known as the FB Radom and also the FB Luxnick company. So there's been a few different companies that have kind of used the Circle 11 and gone by the name Radom. Is it a lie or disingenuous to say this is a Radom P64? I don't know. I don't want to quite say that. But if you want to be technical, this is a ZM Luxnick made firearm in the town of Radom. So just make sure you guys know that Radom is actually a city in Poland, kind of like, you know, you've got Detroit, Michigan, or Miami, Florida. Really no difference. It's just Radom, Poland. Okay, and there's a couple big military arsenal factories there, including the famous FB Radom company, right? But there's a few other things going on in Radom too. So we've got the Pioneer arms. I'm just going to throw them out there right now. Pioneer, a few years back, put out an AK. It was called the Hell Pup. Contrary to what you guys might be hearing in one of the famous gun shops, online gun shops videos, the Hell Pup's not a new gun. I bought one about 5 years ago, and from the same company that says it's a new offering. And the Pioneer company, they're actually also located in Radom, Poland. Now, in that case, if you were at a Radom, you know, Polish AK, I think that would definitely be stretching it, because, you know, the Pioneer arms is just not the same thing. In fact, if you guys can find the video, you'll see how they make their AKs. They literally do what IO does, and they take they pre-assemble the barrel, right? Headspace, and they don't take the barrel back out. They actually just use the barrel as a bucking bar for the rivets. So they literally just form a shop tail on the rivet by pressing it up against the barrel, which I don't think I need to go into that too much. I think everyone here is kind of smart enough to know the difference there. That's not how you build a gun, guys. So anyways, with this Pioneer, they made this Hell Pup. I bought one. I'll tell you guys why I bought it. First of all, I didn't know as much about the company back then. I saw it was 100% made in Poland gun. I thought that was pretty cool, right? And they had it for $349. Now, I remember this was right around Halloween, because I was doing a job for a customer that was getting ready for a Halloween party that day. So this is about 5 years ago, almost to the T, when I bought that. $349.99, free shipping, and they even included a drum magazine with it. So this was kind of like a no-brainer, right? An all-Polish pistol, blah, blah, blah. I bought it. I've only fired a couple hundred rounds through it. It's okay. But I'm not going to really endorse the gun either. I'm just saying it's okay, and for 350 bucks, it's fine. I could probably salvage more than that worth of parts off it. Now let's fast forward to more recent times. I've talked about the Mishiko channel before. Big fan of his channel. If you haven't checked him out, you should sometimes. It's a really, really good channel. Really good guys over there. So anyways, he got a couple of, like, I guess you'd say, like, not really prototypes, but evaluation guns. They were the first ones that came over from Pioneer, and they came with IKEA, you know, furniture, as he called it, stocks on them and all that, so they could get by the import regulations. And he kind of looked at them, and he was really excited about them. And then he sent them off to Rob Ski, and Rob did a test on it. And you can watch that test. I don't want to talk about it too long, but basically these things just fell apart. Like, literally started to fall apart, and tons of wear on the parts, losing headspace. I mean, total disaster. So I just want to let you guys know this company's still out there somehow. That same famous company that I bought this from, they're selling their guns. They're selling it as a Polish by JRA. Make sure you guys read the fine print now. When you go there and look at it, they're going to refer to it as a Radom Poland gun, which is not the Circle 11, okay? This is totally different. This is the Pioneer, which is basically the IO Inc. of Europe, okay? And they're in the town of Radom. And just the way they're wording it, you know, they're just really trying to make it where a new guy that's heard all of us talk about how good a Circle 11 gun is, and then we talk about the Radom AKs and even these, you know, P64s, how good they are. I think they're just playing a lot with that Radom name. I just wanted to make you guys aware of this. And if you're already aware of everything I'm saying, just pass it on to your other buddies that are trying to get into this, you know, sport, we'll call it, the AK sport, right? The AK addiction, more like it's an addiction more than it is anything, but like most addictions, it's a fun one, right? Anyways, so this Pioneer, so they're selling these guns and they're saying by JRA. Well, after watching the Arsenal 66 series that Zeke did, and I collaborated with him on it, we might start to question JRA too, just to be honest. Like, they might need to kind of get some more experience help, let's say, okay? But they're taking any good name JRA had and they're attaching it to these Polish guns. But if you actually read the description more thoroughly, they make it clear that JRA just did the finishing touches to it and made it 922R compliant. So with that said, they're not really JRA guns. They're not really Radom guns. Both of those would be kind of disingenuous. All JRA did to them is put basically furniture on them and a trigger group in them to make them 922R compliant. These same supposed, you know, Radom Polish guns that are really pioneers, they come with these. This is a really weird thing, guys, okay? I don't see him in here tonight, but Mateo, one of our good buddies that's usually in the chat, him and I were talking about this. It's kind of mysterious that they come with those IO Inc. magazines. Those famous ones that Classic was selling for $4.99, and then they tried to give them away for $3.99. And you know, if people know anything about those mags, they got problems, okay? Like, if you think that, okay, they're 30 round mags. Most people report they're lucky if they can get 25 rounds in them. Some people can only get 20 rounds in them, and that's just where the problems start. So this is a garbage mag. And somehow these mags are popping up with these supposedly Radom / JRA / everything good AKs that they're selling right now. And I don't know, because IO Inc. used to be the importer for Pioneer. If you go back to like when I bought mine 5 years ago, my Hell Pup, it says IO Inc. is the importer. Now IO Inc. is supposedly totally severed ways with Pioneer, or actually Pioneer said they severed ties with IO. Supposedly JRA is in with them now. I just wanted to settle this whole misconception, guys, because it gets really, really thick if you can't tell. I'm having a hard time even keeping, like, you know, the story straight because it's so complicated, but I'm not telling you guys a story, okay? This is the truth. Basically, we've got a gun that's initially made in Poland, in the city of Radom. Yes, it's a few miles away from the famous Circle 11 factory. Yes, it's also in the same area as WBP. So I don't want to confuse them with any of that. WBP is also an honest product, okay? Kind of a separate topic, but let's just say I'm not grouping them in. I'm just saying, yeah, they're all down the road from each other, right? But these are not. These are literally a company that's just trying to mass produce on the cheap. They're just pressing those rivets in right up against the barrel. Shoddy workmanship. I don't even think their barrels are made by FB Radom, where WBP actually specifies they're contracting their barrels from the famous FB Radom factory, right? Pioneer, I don't know where they're getting their barrels from. I have a feeling somehow IO Inc. still has their hand in it. But anyways, before I go on, let me see what I'm missing here in the chat, okay? Oh, a lot of stuff. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Let me scroll up here. Oh, Zeke Shoots is in the house. Hey, Zeke, thanks for the shout out earlier. Zeke gave me just a little an endorsement commercial, if you will, because, well, there's some other chats going on tonight. I was like, man, I don't even think anybody's going to be in my chat. And I don't really care how many people are in here, guys, but it's nice when there's people in the comments and you guys are commenting away. So thanks, Zeke. And I don't know if I need to, but if anyone doesn't know who Zeke is by now, well, you're just wrong. So make sure you go check out Zeke Shoots and subscribe to him if you're not already. He does a lot of cool stuff, both in live streams, a bunch of how-to videos. And you're going to have to catch him on YouTube, full 30, because YouTube, you know, with their policies, he's had to take down a lot of his build videos and some of his really good educational stuff. So follow him over to some of his other platforms. I should be more prepared. I know he's on like 10 of them. So if you're out there, Zeke, just throw in the chat where they can find some of your actual build videos that YouTube, you know, made you take down. But anyways, thanks, Zeke. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. Mr. FNH giving a shout out to Conspirace. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, this guy's only got like 4 or 5 videos, okay? But I've been in the Zeke chats and he shows up from time to time. I assume he showed up over here, you know, from seeing me and Zeke's channel. That Conspirace is an interesting dude. If any of you guys know him, let me know. But I'm just going to say he's interesting. So shout out to you too, Conspirace. Francis is back. How's it going, man? Okay, you're going to have to leave in a few. Well, I'm glad to have you here. And if you can't catch it all tonight, just watch the rest tomorrow if you want. Listen to it as background noise while you're supposed to be working or something. That's what a few people told me they do. Okay, Pioneers, the Century Arms of Europe. Yeah. Or the IO. Yeah, that's kind of what I said too. Yep, they're kind of the IO of Europe, to be honest. Let's see here. Yeah, I know. It's like just to get those Polish blueprints. I think IO just like started a company in Poland, it almost seems like, just so they could have like an inside plant in there to get all the blueprints out. Because I'm telling you guys, there's a reason why all these people want to be like posers and try to copy FB Radom or you know, in this case, the ZM Luxnick. These are good guns. Whether it's this gun here or one of their AKs, you know, their AKMS. I mean, there's reasons why these people are doing this. I just don't want you guys to fall for it and think that, man, how's this possible? That I went on this famous website that does a bunch of YouTube videos and I got a real FP Radom AK for like $500. It's not true, guys. I'm sorry. But I will say this, that they in no way endorse my show or anything. I'm just going to shout them out because they're a good company to deal with. If you go to Arms of America, you can get a real deal. FB Radom, real Circle 11, same exact logo as this, guys. You can get a parts kit from them. And you can either get it just loose parts, or you can even get it barreled with one of those imported FB Radom Polish barrels. So if you guys want a real Circle 11, a real deal Radom, the parts kit alone, especially if you get a barrel one, is going to cost you a lot more than a complete Pioneer gun. But it's not even the same thing. It's really not even doesn't even deserve to be in the same conversation. So let me look down here a little more. Oh, Warsaw's here. Warsaw Patriot. How's it going, man? I'm glad to see you could make it for a little bit. Marty Jenkins, how's it going, man? Glad to see you again, too. Marty knows a little bit about this stuff with building. He works for AK Builder. So he understands the difference between building a kit gun with a lot of the tools that AK Builder sells. That's obviously a good place to get, you know, get your builder tools. And they sell parts kits and stuff like that, too. So it's just not the same thing, guys. It's either better to pay a good builder to build you a nice Circle 11 kit, or, you know, get some of these tools and watch some of Zeke's videos, Mel64D's videos. You know, check their videos out, and you'll be able to learn how to build. I don't know if I'd start for my first build on a Circle 11 kit. I might start a little cheaper, maybe one of those kind of scratch and dent with a little surface rust Romy kits that are on Arms of America for $279. Maybe start there, get some confidence up, make some mistakes, and then go to your Circle 11 build. Warsaw is asking me if I've ever done a custom modern build. Yeah, I think before you came in here, I said I sourced a WBP kit that has the special little cutout notch in the rear sight, and then it's got that little like tail with a nub on it that comes off the back of the dust cover for the beryllium style rail. So I consider that a modern AK. That's something I'm working on right now. As you guys probably know, I like my AKs to be military correct. It's not that I don't like modern AKs. I just like them to kind of look like, you know, a military gun. So if I'm going to build a modern AK, it's probably going to be a modern AK that's, you know, been in recent service or still in service. And that's what's kind of cool about the Beryl, which, by the way, is another Polish gun for anyone that didn't know that. There's kind of a pattern here. This Polish stuff, besides the IO and besides the Pioneer, is pretty good stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, Warsaw, the stream's already started. You're talking to me in it. Anyways. Yep, Zeke Shoots chimed in. Romy on first build. I agree. You know, another thing, too, you guys could do, and by no means am I saying this is a gun you're going to want to really keep, but once in a while you'll see like Apex or Centerfire systems just blow out one of these cut-up IO ink guns. Now, in my opinion, these guns are junk, right? But I've bought a complete parts kit, barreled parts kit, already assembled barrel and everything, right? I bought one for like, I want to say $149 for everything. And that's a pretty cool gun to practice on too. So keep your eye out for those. If you can get an IO, a cut-up IO, or a cut-up RAS 47 kit, and it's like the $150 or less range, I jump on that. If you want something you're going to, you know, for your very first shot, like literally, you probably can't screw it up any worse than it is. So just learn, get all your quirks out on that. Do yourself a favor and throw it away, or just make like a prop gun or like a display gun out of it. And then you could go up to like a Romy and then kind of get your way into like a Circle 11 kit. I think that's pretty much what Zeke would recommend too. Okay, let's see here. Francis asked a question. Name your top 3 favorite countries that build AKMs. Okay, so his is the Polish, the Russian, and the East German. Zeke says the Nigerian, Israel, and Finland. Okay, let me think, guys. This is actually hard because there's so many. I'm going to say number 1. We're just going countries here. Okay, countries. So that's good. Because when we get into factories, I could start going down rabbit holes for like an hour just on that. And we don't want to do that right now. I'm going to say my favorite is probably the Chinese. I'm not going to say it's the best or any of these 3 are the best, but favorite's the Chinese just because there's so many cool variants out there. I mean, there's some really cool variants, guys. So Chinese is going to be number 1. Number 2 is going to be the Hungarians, because I think the Hungarians quite possibly may make the best, you know, most heavy-duty AK. Them or Poland, pretty close. And I'm going to put Poland probably as number 3. It's really close with Romania, though, because I really like some of the Romanian stuff, too. But just lately, I've been kind of getting a little more into the Circle 11s. Gosh, this is too hard, guys. So I'm going to say number 1 for sure is China. Number 2 is going to be Hungary. Hungary makes some pretty cool variants, too. You know, you've got your AMD 65s, your AKM 63, your AK 63D, your AK 63F. I mean, there's some pretty cool variants out there. Tied for 3rd is really hard. It's going to be like, you know, Poland, Circle 11. I like quite a bit of the Romanian stuff too. I really do. And then Yugoslavia, to be honest with you. I really like Yugoslavia. They've got some pretty cool guns that are a little bit different than the other countries' variants. Like, none of their stuff follows quite in line. Like, they don't really make an AKM. They really don't exactly make like an AK-47 like Type 2, and not really a Type 3 either. And then their RPK is like kind of an RPK. So, I don't know. It's a 3-way tie for 3rd, and you're killing me, Francis, to try to get me to narrow it down. Let's see here. Warsaw Patriots building a nice, sick custom AK to his liking. That's cool. Do you build all your guns yourself, Warsaw, or do you send them off somewhere? Or just kind of curious what you guys are doing. If you're building them literally from scratch, or if any of you guys are doing the build party thing, or maybe if any of you guys have like a mentor that's kind of helping you a little bit, or if you're just sending them off to like Rifle Dynamics or Turbo or Two Rivers, or are you guys literally from scratch just going at it like 100% on your own? Let me know if anyone wants to chime in on that. Cave Dave has a couple Circle 11 parts kits and builds. That's cool. Yeah, I like the Polish underfolder too. The AKMS. That's really nice. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Warsaw. And then there's the Yugos. Like, you kind of want to forget about the Yugos for a minute. But then when you really get into the Yugos, they become a whole interesting topic in and of themselves. I mean, how can you guys knock the Yugos when they made this, right? I've gone over this gun in the past stream, but you know, the M64 with the bolt hold open device. Yeah. Grenade launching. I don't have the spigot on here, but grenade launching sights, gas shot off. I mean, Yugos are pretty cool. They're really up there, guys. And the other thing, too, what I really like, if you notice some of my favorites, I said, you know, the Chinese, Hungarians, Yugo, Poland even. A lot of these countries are blue in their guns. I really like a blued AK. As long as it's correct, you know, I like it to be blue. The Chinese, mostly all blued. Yugoslavia pretty much blued their guns from start to finish. Poland, their early ones were blued. Then they went over to a paint. Same thing as Hungary. The early AK-55, the mill gun, which is awesome. One of the best guns ever, by the way, guys. That started off blued. Then in the 70s, they went through like a refurbishment and painted them black and started, you know, doing the Parkerizing and painting after that for a lot of their guns. But yeah, I'm kind of a sucker for a nice blued. Let's see here. Oh, geez. Someone said Chinese AK suck. Come on. I know they're trolling me. Let's see here. Jay brings up a good point. Price is steep to tool up for doing builds. Yes, it is. And it's not cheaper. That's the thing, too, I want to emphasize to you guys. It's not cheaper to make your own AK. It's really not. If you want to make your own AK, there used to be, back in the day, you could do it, right? When those Romy G kits came in for $100 or less, and people were kind of struggling making their own tooling and loaning each other tools. See, back in the day, it was easier to build with build parties. It's just in the last few years, the ATF came out and said, well, if you even like loan someone your drill, that might be constituting you helping them build. So they made it such a gray area with these build parties that they're kind of ruining it for us, you know? So anyways, don't build an AK because you think it's going to be cheaper, guys. It's just not true. I'd say there's a couple, probably 3 good reasons to build an AK. The best reason would be just because you think it's fun. You want to do something with your hands. You want the sense of accomplishment and pride that you actually created this firearm. That's probably the best reason to build one. The next best reason would be to try to just make sure that you get it right. So after you've practiced on some cheaper kits and worked your way up, you know, you could probably do a better job building your own if you have the skill and, you know, the right tools than a lot of these mass production AKs. So I'd say the joy of doing it's number 1. The quality would be number 2. And then the third reason would be if you just really want some rare guns that nobody's doing builds on. And you don't want to send it off to one of these premier builders that's going to have your gun for a year or 2. That's another way. You can get some variants that you're just not going to find. There's so few parts kits out there, let's just say. Like an AKM 63. I know Zeke and I have them. I'm sure a lot of you guys have them, but they're not that common. You're not just going to find an AKM 63 parts kit just laying around. And if you do find the parts kit, you're never going to find like Classic or one of these places that says, we just got in a small batch of 10,000 of these AKM 63s. So there's a perfect example. If you want one of those, might be a good idea to get a kit and build it. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Cave Dave does his own builds. Never done a party. I don't really have anyone around here to do build parties with, guys, either. I'm kind of on my own. Okay, Brastard 762 got an AK-63D barrel kit from AK Builder. That's cool. So the AK-63D, that's the Hungarian, right? AK-63, and the D signifies it's an underfolder. And then the F would be their fixed stock. I've got both of those. Those are pretty cool guns, too. I actually have my AK-63F with me here at the shop. but my AK-63Ds are both at home. Warsaw Patriots asking me if I like 5.45 AKs. Yep, I do. I like them quite a bit. Don't have any here right now, but I can do an episode on those sometime. I do like the 5.45 variants. I like some of the cool ones too, like the Tantal and the AIM 74 is pretty cool. I've got a cool Arsenal Legion Ajevsk 74. It's one of the early imports that still has like the Ajevsk triangle on the trunnion. That's pretty cool. 74. Oh, I've got a Bulgarian 74. A few Sagas. A couple of them still in the hunting configuration. A couple that are converted. Let's see what else here. Yeah, if Zeke's still in there, yeah, Zeke's still here. I'd like to see Zeke do a video, guys. And if you guys can try to encourage him, if anyone else would like to see it, put it in the comments. I want to see Zeke do a video soon where he's not using the tools because that violates YouTube's terms of service nowadays. But where Zeke can just lay out on the table for us and maybe do like a little chalkboard demonstration and just give us a quick and dirty explanation and list of what tools we would need to get into building the AK. And maybe if you could go a little further, Zeke, and tell us which ones you must buy, like by name, versus other ones that you can kind of ad-lib on or maybe make yourself to try to get the cost down a little bit. So I'm going to tell you guys that the tools are expensive. Exactly what tools I'm going to recommend, I have a few opinions, but I'm going to defer to Zeke on that. So maybe we can talk Zeke into making that video. Let's see if we can get about at least 5 people to say, Zeke, make that video, because I want to see that. Let's see here. Hungarian wood stocks are hard to find because they didn't really import many of the kits. Yeah, that's true. And then for a while, I swear Century was using some of that furniture and sanding it and refinishing it. And I think they sucked some of them out of the market too. But yeah, the Hungarian stuff isn't as common as you'd think. I know a few years back, the AK-63D kits came in pretty cheap. But don't mistake that for them being common. I think we're going to see the price of those going up and up because they've kind of almost disappeared again. The Hungarians still use the Hungarians are interesting because that FEG factory in Hungary, like it's still there, but they stopped making guns a while ago. And Hungary exported a lot of guns and made tons of guns for many, many, many years. And then they just kind of like stopped making them. And they're still using like their leftover guns that they've had. So I don't know how long their army's still going to keep going, but from what I understand, you know, going on without doing something different. I'm sure they'll keep going, okay? But in Hungary, the FEG company literally is out of business. Well, it's not out of business, but they're out of the business of making guns. So they're either like making moonlight guns that they're not admitting to, or they're just still like refurbishing and limping along with these AKs that were really made in like the 1970s up into the 80s. So yeah, Hungary's kind of a that's kind of an interesting topic in and of itself. Like they're one of the only like countries I know of that had like this huge supply of AKs coming out of it, and now there's no more coming out, but yet they haven't bought anyone else's gun yet. They're still using their own that they don't even make anymore. Yeah. Let's see here. Dante Thompson, who wants to see him make a video? I'd like to see you make one. Yeah, I don't even care what it's about. Make a video. I mean, look at me. I'm making a video right now, so yeah, I'd like to see that. I'm sure the other guys would too. Okay, so Francis is talking about the Century AK-63D. Now they did something interesting. Century made an AK-63D that's actually on a milled receiver, which is not the proper receiver for that gun. I'm not saying they're not kind of cool and you guys wouldn't want them. You might want one. I'm just telling you guys that is not a milled receiver gun. It never was. It's kind of Century making an incorrect variant, if you will. Then after having that gun out for about a year, then Century came out with what they called the AK-63DS, and that's using Hungarian parts on a stamped receiver. I don't want to say a proper stamped receiver because Century really didn't get that right either, but I will say it's a proper-ish AK-63D, the one they call their DS. And from what I understand, they don't make that anymore. I don't think Century's really wanting to make any more parts kits guns from what I've noticed. Most of their stuff now is either like Cougar, Romanian import, or so-called made in the USA with foreign billets of cast metal and various other things. So let's see here. Yeah, Francis, I have one of those too. What I actually did with mine, my AK-63D, maybe I should bring it out sometime. I kind of made like a Chinese clone out of it. Because if you guys, it's not quite right yet, and I don't know if it'll ever be right, but I made like a half-baked Chinese clone out of mine. Because the Hungarians already have the vented gas tube, so that kind of looks Chinese. And then I took, put Chinese furniture on it, and put on a spike bayonet, but not an actual real one of those clamp-on ones that kind of look cool. But anyways, I have kind of a half. It's just a fun little clone I did. I kind of have a half-baked clone of a of a Chinese milled that I made off of my Century AK-63D. Oh, let's see what else you guys are saying here. Yeah, Zeke's right. There were a bunch of folders that were AMD 65, so those are the side folders. Tons of them. And then Clearview Investments Inc. bought up a bunch of the remaining kits. Kind of ruined them to me because they put the 16.5-inch barrel on it and then the super long muzzle brake when they could have just put like a 13.5-inch barrel on the gun, pinned and welded the brake on, and had a lot more correct gun. That kind of got on my nerves a little bit, how they did that, because those were all matching kits and even real FEG receivers too. And then when they ran out, when CII, Clearview Investments Inc., ran out of the pre-built guns that they had made and the Hungarian receivers, then they sold off the rest of their kits, barreled kits. Classic had them. Clearview Investments Inc. themselves was selling them. And I think a couple of you guys actually picked some of those up too, some of those build kits. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, Brastard762's made some videos. Yeah, so go check his channel out too, guys. Let's see what everyone's doing in here. YouTube doesn't usually show your subscribers, not even half the time. I just see the numbers go up. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Maybe someone that's a little more experienced of having a channel can let me know. Let me and Brastard know why that is. I'll look, and like sometimes it'll literally just tell me, like I'll get a notification, you've had a new subscriber, right? Other times it'll literally say like yesterday, Harold Deems has subscribed to your channel. Popped up on there. He was the ones that subscribed yesterday. Other times I just literally just go to check, my videos to see if there's any comments, and I'm like, whoa, I got a subscriber or two, I don't know how that works. Why sometimes it gives me their name, sometimes it doesn't. So that's why I throw out there to you guys, like, I don't know who's subscribers and who isn't, because YouTube literally doesn't tell me even half of who my subscribers actually are. Roy, how's it going, man? Glad to see you in here. Roy says he bought a Clearview Investments AMD 63. Works fine. I agree, they do work fine. The only two things I don't like about them, and I'm an owner of one, guys, so this is constructive criticism. I'm not knocking it. Mine works fine, okay? I don't like how long the barrel is. And I also don't like that it's called the AMD 63, because let's face it, that's not a gun. There's an AKM 63, there's an AK 63, and there's an AMD 65. There literally is and never was any such thing as an AMD 63. That's something that was made up, and it's kind of messing with people's vocabulary a little bit. However, I'm not ripping on you, Roy. You're right. Yours is actually called an AMD 63. I totally get it. That's what the gun says on there. I'm just saying they kind of got that wrong when they built those parts kits. There's no such thing. And if you look at an AKM 63 versus an AMD 63, They kind of look similar at first, like the lower handguard and all of that. However, the length of the gas system is totally different, and then the stock on the end is going to be another dead giveaway. So just so you guys know, we're talking about two totally separate guns here: AKM 63, AMD 65, and then to make it more complicated, the AK 63s, whether it be the AK 63F or D. I know, guys, it's complicated. Trust me. Let's see here. Zeke says YouTube hates us. That's why. The only way I've been notified lately is the cat popping up. Yeah, they're not telling most people they're not giving you guys notifications of the streams. I get that. Not telling us who our subscribers are. And I don't care how many subscribers I get, guys. That's not the point. I'm not trying to get like a ton of subscribers. It'd just be cool to know who they are. You know, like if you're a sub of mine, you're a buddy of mine, right? So it's just kind of frustrating how I have, I want to say 62 subscribers, right? But I only can see like maybe, I think it's less than half. I bet you there's no more 15 or 20 plus names that actually show up on my subscriber list. So, yeah, it's kind of frustrating. Brastard says he has nightmares about passing a pile of AK kits for $100 at gun shows around 2007. Yeah, I know. Again, that's where there's a lot of things too, and I just wanted to, let anyone know you're not going to save money by building an AK anymore. Back when you could get those $100 parts kits with an original chrome line and chrome hammer forged barrel, normally, headspace and everything ready to go, matching bolt carrier, matching bolt. The bolt's the important part, right? Because that sets the headspace. You used to be able to get those guns so easy to build, and you could at that time save a pretty penny. But those days are just gone, like totally gone. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't build. It's just you're not going to build for cheaper. Cave Dave got a notification. That's good. Zeke Shoots is constantly offending the hipsters, so they flee. Let's face it, guys. I hate to say this, but the AK is becoming a hipster gun. It really, really is. I was watching something recently where this one guy was saying he was getting into the AK because some rapper he likes. He watched some rap video, and this rap guy was carrying around an AK, right? And his gat and all that, as they call it. And he so this guy's become an AK fan now. And that's fine, but I'm just saying the AK is definitely changing a lot. And that's why you guys are finding that when you go to buy an AK and some place will put an ad out and say, we have these in stock, limited time, and it's sold out in like an hour, and they're still charging like $300 or $400 more than what you think it should be worth. Just remember, you've got your AK guys, you've got your Milsurp guys buying them. Okay, we've always been there. Then you've got your Life and Liberty guys, which is also a hell of a reason for buying a gun. Nothing wrong with that. But now you've got your hipsters buying them, and even your brothers and your rappers buying them. And I'm not even joking when I tell you guys this. So there's a lot of people. Like, I think there's probably more AKs almost right now getting bought than ARs, like at this given moment. That's how it seems anyways. So that's going to drive the prices up. Not to mention we've had executive action upon executive action that's banned these things. We go back to the first George Bush, Bush 41. Okay? Then we go to Bill Clinton. He decided to throw his bans in there, right? And sanctions that are still permanent. And then fast forward, even the second Bush, he had to chime in on a couple. Obama, he threw a couple in, and even our current presidents also put on sanctions. So all this stuff's getting sanctioned away, import bans. There's like 100 times more people wanting these AKs than they ever did before. And yeah, parts kits are drying up. The Cold War's been over for a long time. The communist bloc and Iron Curtain's been down a long time. These countries that are known for AKs, most of them don't even use the AK anymore. And the ones that do are kind of like using them, like I said, hungry, but they're not selling any to us. So we're really getting slim pickings, and 10 times more people are fighting over those pickings. And then there we are right now with $800 Wassers and these, back to what I was getting at earlier, these Pioneer guns that are $500, supposedly FB Radom, but they're really not. and then on and on, guys. So yeah, not saying to get out of the 8K or nothing, but it's probably, I don't want to say it's probably not the best time to be getting into it, but don't let it discourage you. Just try to get in anyways. And I don't think it's reached its peak yet. I still think there's room for these guns to keep going up, guys. Let's see here. Oh, Warsaw. Yeah, I'm gonna say that word just because that's how I feel about it. I'm not talking about H word. Are you talking about Hillary Clinton? We can rag on her for a little bit. But no, man, I don't censor myself. I say whatever I want. But I think Warsaw is talking about Hillary with the H word. Okay. Anyone else remember those early 2010 Yugo M70 AB2 kit build Century made with black handguards? What do they go for now? Yeah, Francis, I actually have one of those. Don't know what it goes for. I went on to Apex, and actually I just saw the other day Apex still sells these, but I went on to Apex back around, 2010, 12, whenever this was, and I bought a set of those Battlefield pickup handguards and put it on mine. It really spruces it up quite a bit. The M70 AB2. I don't know what they go for now, but I'm gonna guess they're gonna go for $700-800 bucks. That just seems like what everything that's not an IO and not a Pioneer is going for. So yeah. And by the way, you guys can still get those Battlefield pickup Yugo handguards, which is all you need, obviously, for the underfolder, because the M70 AB2 being an underfolder, it does come with an original Yugoslavian folding stock. Now, try to find a hard, butt stock, like a wood butt stock for a regular, for the M70 fixed stocks and their variants. Those are really hard to find. But back in the day, I mean, it was like 3 for $15, 3 sets of upper and lower handguards of those Balkan Wars pickups. Now I think they're up to about 20, 25 bucks a set. Still think it's a good deal. I think Francis, you should get one of those from, unless you already have something like that. Go check out Apex and throw a set of those on your Century M70 AB2. I also have an earlier M70 AB2 Century import back before Century was even like marketing them. Like they were like, it's hard to explain, but they weren't even making their own receivers then, or actually putting their name on them. But it's a Century import. They would import the parts kits, and then mine actually says DCI on it, which stands for Dan Coonan Industries. So that's kind of like a real early import Century. So I have that version of the M70 AB2, and then I have the newer one that came out in like the 2010, 12, 13 range. Twisted Rhetoric's here, guys. How's it going, man? I'm glad to see you stop by again. Nice to see you here. Somebody said something about a Draco. Actually, it was a Draco. I think it was a mini Draco, or maybe the regular Draco. Yeah, Madraco. Yep. That's pretty much. I can't even try to impersonate how he said it, but it was something along those lines, guys. I just don't quite have the accent to pull it off. What can I say? A chopper? Yep. You guys have seen my chopper, right? Hold on a second. Let me grab it. I can't help it. All right, guys, here it is. Here's the chopper. What I'm supposed to do this and be like, my chopper, homie, my chopper. Y'all best recognize. Yeah, hells yes. Hells yeah. I told you guys I can't do it right, but yeah. I got a chopper, just so y'all know. Okay, let's see here. H word, hermaphrodite? Is that the H word you guys are talking about? Twisted Rudder just got home just in time to see the stream. And you just got in time to see the chopper impersonation, too. Let's see here. Cave Dave. Oh shoot! Hold on, the chat just jumped on me. Cave Dave said something I wanted to respond to. I hit one thing and my whole chat just went way down. Oh, Cave Dave went to a gun show today and there were 3 AKMs at the show. They were all crap. That's what it seems like. Yeah, there are. I think the Dracos are the ones that are in the rap videos. Nothing wrong if you guys like rap, okay? Don't take me the wrong way. I'm just saying, like, you don't think of the rap culture normally, like, being, like, you know, like, into the AKs, but they are now, apparently. That's all I'm trying to say. If you guys want to know why it's going up so much. Like I said, between the hipsters and the rappers, we got to fight tooth and nail to get our gat, okay? Twisted, which Pioneer one did you buy? I ain't trying to hurt anyone's feelings or yours. I'm just trying to call it like it is, guys. Now, in all reality, if you don't shoot thousands of rounds and you paid $500 for it, I'm not saying you didn't get your $500 worth. Maybe you did. You can learn the platform. I just don't want anyone to think for 1 minute that Pioneer AK is an FB Radom. I don't want you to think it's on par with a WBP. It's not. With all due respect, though, a nice built FB Radom kit, when Atlantic had those a little while back, $1,200, I think. These new WBP Foxes, which are pretty cool, by the way, that Atlantic's selling, those are $1,000 or more. So you got to put stuff into perspective, guys. If you only got $500, that Pioneer may do, okay? I just don't want you guys to think that you're getting the same thing as this $1,200 Atlantic Circle 11 build that's $1,300 or $1,200. I just don't want you to think that you necessarily won the lotto by getting the Pioneer for $500. It is an apples and oranges comparison. Now, once you're down into the $500 range, let's just say, which is kind of slim pickings right now, the Pioneer versus like the Raz 47 versus the IOs versus I can't even say the Wasser anymore because that's quite a bit more expensive. But if you get into that $500 range, I think it's probably good to go, okay? And I'm not going to be a snob and tell you guys that if you only have $500 to spend on an AK that you need to save up more. No, get your first AK, okay? Get used to the platform. Make sure you like the platform. Protect your family with it. Protect your country with it. You know, there's a lot of good things you can do. Just watch them. Look for wear and tear. Check the headspace every once in a while. Just look out for these things. The thing that's pissing me off is not that people bought a Pioneer. It's just pissing me off that some of these companies are throwing out things like Radom Poland, and they're trying to, you know, make people read between the lines and think that, oh, Radom Poland, that must be Circa 11. It's not, guys. That's all I'm trying to get at. But I'll be the last one to knock anybody that's, you know, just trying to get into the hobby and or to protect their family and only has $500 to spend. That's fine. That's fine, guys. I'm happy for you, actually. Let's see here. Yeah, Jay said it's probably the worst time to get into AKs. I don't know. It's kind of, I mean, it's getting kind of tough. Okay, Warsaw Patriot, look up the video on YT Missouri car dealership. Gives an AK. Okay, never heard of that. I'll check it out. Yep, okay, like Zeke said, yeah, you know, come in here and ask questions. I'm glad to see Zeke's in the chat because he's helping to answer some of you guys' questions. Yeah, you know, Mal and Zeke, maybe me. You guys can decide if I'm a good source or not. I'll try to tell you guys whatever I can and help you, though. I'm far from being an expert, guys, trust me, but I've been around this for a long time. I'll just say that. I guess there's no fool like an old fool, right? That's what my grandma always said. There's no fool like an old fool. Yeah, man, Jay kept putting it off. At least you're not putting it off anymore. Oh, okay. I'm getting to the spot where I did that. Keep my pants on. Yeah, my pants are on. Warsaw, why do you hate the word hipster? Hipster is just like well, let's see here. Do I really want to get into that? Okay, I think everyone here knows what a hipster is. If you don't, let me know and I'll defer you to see the Zeke Shoots channel. He's more of an expert on building and what hipsters are. So you're gonna have to go to his channel and he's gonna do a video, right, Zeke? Telling us what hipsters are. I just threw Zeke under the bus bigly, guys. But anyways, Zeke doesn't want to have to explain that, I'm sure. No, Warsaw, I'm not calling you a hipster. I haven't seen anyone say that at all tonight. I was actually giving you props earlier on your AKMS. So stay cool, man. We're being cool to you in here right now. Okay? So got the yappa in the closet. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little behind on your comments. You guys are leaving a ton of comments tonight, which is cool. Makes it more fun for everybody, I think. Because just listening to me talk could kind of get boring, maybe. You know, Atlantic Firearms just came up, guys. I'm going to get back to Atlantic in a minute. I want to tell you guys a story about Atlantic. Let's see here. I'm almost caught up. Okay, so you got the one from Classic. Twisted Rhetoric. I'm asking you, sorry. The one from Classic. Did you get that one that they said's like by JRA, but you have to read it a couple times because you're not quite sure if they did it? And then when you read it further, they did the 922R. Is it that one, the rifle, or did you get the pistol? Because I have the pistol, guys. I'll bring it into my next stream to show you. I own the pistol. You know what, Twisted? If you would have spent, here's the deal, man. If you would have spent like $1,000 on that, which I know you didn't if you got it from Classic, I'd be kind of hanging my head and shedding some tears for you, man. But I think you probably spent like $5 something for it, okay? I'm guessing. I don't know the exact price, but I know for a fact it wasn't over $6. I'm thinking maybe $539, $499. It's all right. I'm glad to see you getting into these guns. Again, see if you like the platform. Try it out. There's always going to be some hipster or G-Thug wannabe that's going to want to buy it off you, and you'll get your $500 out of it later, okay? So, yeah, the JRA rifle. And I want to ask you if you could chime in, Twisted, because this is the thing. Like, I kind of like know better per se because I've been at this a while, but I want to ask you as a guy that's a little bit newer to the AK, like I was saying earlier, when you read that description, was your first gut instinct that you were getting like a real FB Radom gun? And second of all, did you kind of think it was a JRA build? Because that's kind of what I think they're trying to put off. And as I said earlier, it's not true. So just let me know if those were your first impressions. Anyone else in here wants to chime in on that topic too, let me know. I want to make sure I'm not just being paranoid, or if anyone else agrees with me that, yeah, they might have been kind of trying to throw it. Okay, JNNC, he's got my back here with a little quote. Okay, listen, guys. Pioneer Arms AK-47 semi-auto rifle with original Polish barrel and receiver, 7.62x39 caliber, with 5 mag shooters package by James River Armory. Okay. So in that case, they don't say FB Radom necessarily. However, I swear, if you guys watch the video, I don't really want to say their name too much because I don't want this to turn into the Bash Whoever channel. It's not what this is about, guys. I'm just trying to give you guys some heads up. I know for sure in his YouTube videos that they did marketing these guns, Radom was mentioned more than once. And let me know if I'm wrong, but it's been mentioned that Radom name's been getting thrown around a lot. Okay. So yeah. Let's see here. Okay, JNNC got a secondhand 1063, which is known as the Wasser, right? For 400. That's a bargain, dude. You want to know something that's hilarious? Let me set my chopper. My chopper, dog. Back here. And I'm gonna give Jay and NC some props. Here's a shout out to the Wasser 1063. If you haven't altered yours, it probably looks something like this. And I'll tell you what, guys, these are honest guns. Quality control could be a little off here and there, okay? But as long as the sights aren't too awfully canted, I'm trying to get it to zoom in here. Focus. There we go. Yeah, 1970 parts kit. It's got the Romanian Cougar military roll mark. Look, guys, these Wasser 1063s and even some of the older Wasser 10s, these are real deal military parts kits. It's a total myth that they were like rejected parts. That's not true. It's a total myth that they were like, you know, B grade. No, these are literally, this gun was built in modern day, you know, probably this gun, let's say maybe 8 to 10 years ago, was built in Romania at the Cougar factory, which is their real military arsenal. This little roll mark, this factory roll mark right here on the trunnion, the triangle, that's the real Cougar roll mark. So this receiver and this parts kit were made in the same factory, guys, from a demilled machine gun with a modern Romanian receiver, and in most cases, a modern production chrome line cold hammer for its barrel. I say most because I have a 1964 parts kit Wasser that actually has the Y marking up under here. You have to take the handguard off to see it, but it's actually got the famous Y marking on the barrel, which many people say means a Russian barrel. And it is true that the Romanians were sourcing their barrels from Russia for a time before they started making their own. So the story does kind of line up. So yeah, these are real deal guns, guys. The only thing I don't like about them is the Model 63 is supposed to have dimples in the receiver. There's no dimples, guys. That's the only thing I don't like about it, because it doesn't quite look right. But in all fairness, it doesn't really need the dimples. It's got the reinforcement plate spot welded in the back here to provide extra strength. You can kind of see the spot welds if you look closely. Yeah, right there. You can see where they spot welded in that reinforcement plate. Plenty strong enough. This is real deal Model 63 surplus wood that either Century or Romania, I'm not sure who actually did it, sanded down to get all the old shellac and varnish off. But yeah, this gun is supposed to have dimples, guys. Let's face it. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Now that Arsenal 66 Type 56 JRA that Zeke and I did the videos on, those, as we said, can go either way. Those don't always have dimples. But the Romanian Model 63 should have dimples. Other than that, these guns are good to go, guys. Hell of nice guns. If you buy a present-day Wasser or anything a little bit newer with that real, like, blonde-looking wood, the wood's junk, guys. So take that wood and just shoot it till it cracks, or throw it away and buy some good surplus wood, or your favorite modern, you know, maybe polymer stock, whatever. Jay brought up a good point. JNNC, circumcised dong as well. Yeah, this is supposed to have that donkey dong underneath it. And we know that at one time it had that on there because this is a non-palm swell. So Romania used two different types, right? They used the dong, which was flat on the sides with the donkey dong sticking out, right? And then they made another one that's similar in profile to this, but it's called a palm swell. And there's two little bumps that stick out, and that gives you a spot to get better purchase with your grip. I'm trying to think here. I've got a couple early kits. I'll save those for next stream, guys. I wasn't really trying to get into the Romy AKs too much. I just wanted to give a shout out to somebody that had a Wasser 1063, and I just happen to literally have one right next to me. And there's nothing wrong with this gun at all, guys. Hell of a gun for the money. Let's see here. What you guys are saying. Oh, Mr. FNH, feels like I got a new shirt for the stream. I didn't get it for the stream, but see, you guys always see me wearing these same gray work shirts, and I have like a lot of them, dozens, literally. And I wear my work shirts because I'm always working, and I just run in here. And then I have like my longer sleeve one when it gets cold that I put on over. So don't think I literally wear the same shirt every time, guys. It's the same type of shirt, but there's a lot of them. And if you study them closely, you'll see the holes are in like different places on them. But speaking of this shirt, I'll give you guys a good look at this. I think this is a pretty cool shirt. Make America badass again. And I also have the patch that goes with this. I got this shirt from the Patriot Patch Company. They don't give me anything. I'm just telling you guys about them, you know. I'm a subscriber to their Patch of the Month Club. They make really, really high quality PVC patches. They're usually kind of either funny or kind of cool, you know. And they put this shirt that I'm wearing, they put it out as a special edition patch. And I bought the shirt and patch to go with it. I kind of like supporting those guys. Jake Challand runs that. He used to be in charge of the Firearms Radio Network. If you guys are familiar with their podcast, he kind of stepped down from podcasting, but is still going strong with this company. And they're really good pro Second Amendment guys, and they've been doing a lot for, you know, for gun rights over the years. So, yeah, Patriot Patch Company is where I got this shirt from. See, Wasser's the McDonald's of the AK world. Yeah, kind of. But you know what's happening is the Wassers are going up in these guys. They're $7 something, if not $800 now, depending. Minimum of like, let's say $740, right? They're going up. Make fun of them all you want, but they're going up, you know. And they're good guns. Okay, Italian CJM 8232. How's it going, man? Glad to see you here. Local gun shop is marketing them as Radoms. That's the thing. And you know what? I don't even know if half these people are trying to lie. I just think they're misinformed. They don't know better. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, is just kind of just make sure you guys remember. Maybe I'm teaching you guys, and if I'm not, just reminding you to kind of spread the word out there and try to stop some of this misinformation going around. Yeah, sometimes these have candid sights, guys, and candid gas blocks to a point. Yeah, some of them do. Some are good. This gun's good to go. I don't see any camming on this. Pretty darn straight. And here's the thing too, if your front sight's a little bit candid, that's actually within mil spec. A lot of military surplus guns, barrel kits I've got, original barrel kits, right? Like military issue turn-ins. You'll see that sight drifted over to one side or the other a little more. That's actually normal. So I think that's something we've gotten used to in this country, is thinking that everything has to be spot on a new gun. Actually, a slightly candid front sight, although I don't prefer it. I don't want it, but it's actually a little more acceptable than some of us might think. Let's see what else you guys are saying. That's the thing. Jay was saying the same thing. His is candid, but he can still get it to 0. If you can get it to 0 for practical purposes, who cares at that point? Because the gun already doesn't look right anyways with the slab side receiver. So as long as it shoots good. And these guns have been so reliable for me. This is by far not my only Wasser. I bought a few of them, let's just say, when the getting was good on them. And yeah, I like these guns. I'm using this literally. I just grabbed this from my other shop up front here. This is what I use for shop defense. I mean, you know, this gun is ready to go, guys. And by the way, I actually do like Tapco mags. I don't think they're collectible. I don't think they look cool. None of that. I'm not going to put one in one of my cool looking guns. However, guys, look, I'm literally using a Wasser with a Tapco mag to possibly defend myself in the middle of the night with. So you guys can decide what you want, but these Tapco mags have been pretty good to go for me. And here's the thing, they're a little big. Sometimes they don't fit in some of the mag wells very good. If it doesn't fit, just shave off the sides of the mag or get a new mag. Don't modify your mag well opening of your gun because your Tapcos don't fit. These are bigger dimensionally than a lot of the Comblock mags. I just want to let you guys know that too. I've seen too many people that have taken a Dremel to their mag well to get a Tapco to fit perfectly, and then Milcert mags just rattle all over after that. So don't fall into that trap, guys. But other mag wells like this one, this holds this Tapco pretty good, you know. It's always like impossible to do on the camera, but there you go. Fits nice. Nice and snug. A little bit of play, which is good. And actually, let's try this out. I've got a Romanian mag right here. This is what they call a battlefield pickup. I mean, this mag's in great shape, but this was one of those like $5 deals from Arms of America a few months back. Just a regular Romanian. Goes right in there. It's got a little more jiggle. Nothing big though. I mean, this is fine, guys. I'm not worried about that at all. See that little bit of side-to-side play? Not even worried. So yeah, I like the magwell on this particular Wasser. With that said, if you're looking at a used one, check the magwell. Century didn't do the best job on all of them. This one, they did right. So just beware. Check those things out. Make sure it's not too canted. Make sure the magwell's fairly decently shaped. And yeah, let me go put this away. Just wanted to give a shout out to the old workhorse here, guys. Okay, let's see here. Facebook's popping up crap. I don't even do Facebook, guys. Like, I totally hate Facebook. And they're still popping stuff up on my computer right now, which is one of the reasons why I hate them. Okay, so Mr. F&H, if you're still around, you know, you said I got a new shirt for tonight. Do you like the shirt? That's my question. Does anyone like it? I think it's pretty cool. Warsaw Patriot loves the AKMS. Yeah, me too. I've got a were you in here earlier, Warsaw, when I was showing this gun off? I know Warsaw likes the if you guys can believe it, a guy that names himself Warsaw does like the Polish guns, okay? Let's see. Warsaw said milled AKs are more expensive. Generally, yes. There's been a few though, not so much. Like the C39 V2, I wouldn't quite call that expensive, but I guess it was more than the rest. So you're right, they're more expensive. I think that's the point you're making, but they're not necessarily. Just because it's milled doesn't necessarily mean it's a premium gun. The C39 and C39 V2, for example, I've heard mixed reviews on. Let's just say. Let's see here, guys. Oh, Mr. F&H wants to see it one more time. There you go. Make America badass again. Show some classic guns on there. We got some M16 going on. We got some 1911, fighter jet, tank, the soldier in action, German Shepherd. I don't know. It just kind of makes me feel patriotic to wear something like this. And like I said, the guys over at Patriot Patch, they did this shirt. Let's see what else, guys. Let's see here. Okay, Mateo has some of the Tapco mags. They fit fine. And the PSA AKs. Yeah, guys, Tapco is not my favorite brand. It really isn't. I'm by no means a Tapco fanboy. I kind of almost hate them, to be honest. I hate their G2 trigger. That's another thing that might offend a lot of people in here, but I'm just being honest with you. I hate the Tapco G2 trigger. And I literally hate like almost everything about it. But for some reason, I like their AKM mags. They work pretty good. Let's see here. Yeah, Mr. F&A says that's hot. Heck yeah, it's hot. Yeah, Warsaw Patriot likes the other European AK, Eastern European AKs. Oh yeah. Mateo looks like a good shirt to wear on election day. Okay, Mateo just brought up something, guys. I'm going to be doing this stream again next Sunday, okay? And I didn't have time to do it today because I'm kind of new at this. And I've gotten, you know, I've tried to do a little better, guys. I've got some lights here that I bought, and I've got an actual camera instead of my phone now, but I'm still not real good at using, like, software. But what I'm going to try to do next week is talk a little more about politics and the election that's coming up. And I kind of want to do a commentary on a speech that I think you guys will really, really like. and you've probably seen it before, but it's one of those speeches that if you've seen it like 100 times, you need to watch it 101st time, especially with the election coming up. So it's just something good to think about. I think you guys will really enjoy. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to get to get it where I can do like a commentary on a speech that was done by a famous past president of ours. So let me see what I can do on that. I'm glad you reminded me of Mayo, actually. Let me read here. Screaming Skull Saloons here. What's up, man? How's it going? Glad to see you here. We've been mainly talking about AKs. This isn't necessarily an AK channel. However, since most of my subscribers are from the Zeke Shoots channel and Mel 64D and stuff, we end up talking about AKs quite a bit in here. But earlier in the show I was talking about this Polish Circle 11 P64. So I like to talk about all kinds of milsurps and stuff like that. The C39 V2. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't want to start rumors, but basically, I've seen a few tests done on that, and I don't really trust the Century C39 V2. Oh, Matteo's got to go. Mateo, I'm sorry. Mateo's got to go. Work just called. All right, man. Work's more important. Take it easy. Like having you in here, though. Okay, Cave Dave, he has a bunch of surplus mags, but won't buy the Korean. Now, from what I understand, Zeke's been doing some tests, obviously, and from what I understand, the Koreans seem to be pretty decent. These newer ones that are out now. Same time, I'm still a little skeptical. I'm not necessarily the I don't know, guys. Not the biggest fan. Speaking of mags, if anyone wants to see an interesting mag, I actually have one here. I was looking through the garage and found a few things. I kind of have one of those garages that's kind of like, you could just find random cool stuff in it. Let's put it that way, right? So I want to see if anyone's ever seen this style. And then I'm going to take a short break, and then I'll come back and talk for a few minutes about Atlantic firearms. So anyways, this is a mag here that I think is kind of interesting. You guys can take a look at it. Let me know if any of you know, like maybe what country this is from or notice anything a little different about it. I'll show you the follower here, the back of the follower. That should be a dead giveaway what country it's from. If you look at the back spine here, that should help. But yeah, this mag's actually pretty unique, okay? Okay, let's see here. Francis guessed it was the Chinese. Nope. I can see why you say that because it's blued, but this does have the rib on the back. And then if you look at the follower, it's got the bolt hold open follower. So this is a Yugo. Yep. Whether you want to call it Croatian or Serbian or Yugo, we'll just call it Yugo for now. But what makes this one a little different is you'll notice right here. Okay, Zeke says that's the new California band mag. Yeah, yeah. So what this hole is for is if you put this hole here, right, it's all the way up like into the follower. So if you put a pin through this and make it where it takes 0 rounds, right? So this is going to make it a this is going to make it a California mag where you can have absolutely 0 rounds, right? No, I'm joking. It's not a California mag. But if you look, there is actually a hole cut in here. And I have more than one of these, guys. I just can't find the other ones. I have a couple of these with the holes. Has anyone seen one of these before? There's a hole right here, like literally just a hole. Let me see if I can push down on the follower. Maybe you guys can actually see it. See, you can see my shirt right through it. The holes literally line up, right? Let's see here. Jay guessed the M64. I mean, you're not too far off. I do have an M64 mag here I can show you. It's in my M64. M64 mag is going to have that little notch right here for the bolt hold open device. This one does not. So actually, like, these mags are quite uncommon, but they are actually a thing. If you Google these, you can read a little bit about them. This is actually something they did in Yugoslavia. They would actually drill holes in these, and there's a couple theories. The theories were by drilling the hole, if it were to fill up with water, the water could quickly drain. That's what some people have said these holes were for. Other people have said that it's a terrible idea. It's just a way to get extra dirt and debris in here. Other people have actually said, like, when you're firing full auto and there's water, it can like hydro lock because they're trying to come up too quick before the water gets in, gets an air pocket in there, something along those lines. Okay, so some people said it's kind of just like a breather vent. And then there's a third theory on this too that I've read, that back to this grenade launcher that we're talking about earlier. Okay, so what you do is you lift up the grenade sight. That gives you kind of like an airplane ladder sight type sight, right? Kind of like those old aircraft sights on the old Japanese guns. So you lift that up. It gives you a ladder sight to look at. And you want that grenade, because it's a rifle propelled grenade, right? It's just literally a blank. It doesn't have a bullet pressed in. It's just they kind of crimp the end of it, and you're just shooting the powder, right? So with it being a rifle fire grenade, you need power to get that grenade away from you and away from you quick, so it doesn't blow you and your fellow guys up, right? So typically a rifle blank will be a little bit hotter round, and you're going to turn off the cycling of the gas system so that all the power goes straight out the barrel, right? And focuses on that grenade. There's also been a theory, this is for shooting blanks, so that if there were to be like a let's just say like if it discharged inside the chamber or punctured the case, let's just say there was a case puncture, right? And put excessive pressure back into the gun. Instead of blowing the receiver out, because remember, a lot of these were milled receivers, right? And turning that into a shrapnel bomb, it would put pressure down into the mag well, and then the hole in here would offer it a vent. So those are the three theories that I've heard of what these are. And I just thought you guys might think it's pretty cool, you know. Let's see here. Dante Thompson, what's a good reference for mag collecting? Oh, boy. Ian, I've forgotten weapons, did one. G-Webs, gun websites. He used to talk about magazines a lot on that channel and on the podcast. I've got quite a few mags. If you guys want to know more about mags, I've talked about a few here and there, but I've got quite a few mags we could talk about. There's some books and stuff, but you're not going to find, I mean, you'll find some mag stuff in like your Grim Reaper and Kalashnikov encyclopedia, but that's not really the point of those. Screaming Skull Saloon. The dempsey of the holes make them more deadly. Yeah, man. This is a 30 caliber clip, right? You guys remember that? That idiot? That libtard? Let's see here. Warsaw. Yeah, I'll come back to that gun in another stream. I know we've talked about it quite a bit before, but I won't have time to talk about Atlantic here in a second. But yeah, the bolt hold open device on the M64 is pretty cool. Let's see, is the Grim Reaper book good to go? Heck yeah, it's good to go. It's really good. That, and there's a Kalashnikov encyclopedia, but they spell encyclopedia funny. It's like ENCYCLOPAEDIA or something along those lines. That is also badass. I don't know what's better, that or the Grim Reaper. I'm going to kind of call them a tie because some of them have, the one has more strong suits here and the other does there. But overall, these are two really good references. I actually picked up a book. A buddy of mine actually was thinking of me when he was garage sailing. And I have this book sitting right here. He picked this up for me. It was like $1 something. I'm not saying this is the best reference book ever, but this is a pretty cool book. I guess it's just called Kalashnikov by John Walter. Let's flip through here and see if there's anything cool in here. I remember seeing some pretty cool pictures, guys. This is a book I've really never heard of. Here's a rare one. The Polish KA-89. Tell me if anyone's actually literally seen one of these. Like, what do they call this? The Onyx submachine gun. If you guys don't have any AK books, man, they're awesome. I mean, this is literally like a book I've never even heard of, right? But it's got some cool stuff in it. Okay, so all of your arsenals, right? Like your SLRs and all that now used to be SGLs until Obama banned them. But you know, they always have like that combination gas block front sight post, and then like the barrel just sticks out like butt naked from the front of it, like 8 inches, and it looks really goofy. Well, here's what those guns are supposed to look like. This is what you could turn your SLR series or SGL series into. So that's pretty cool for reference, right? You know, the RPK-74. That's a pretty rare gun. Pretty rare indeed, actually, the RPK-74. Mishako did a good video on that, too. Oh, here's the famous AKS-74U, you know, the crank off. And this is just like a garage sale book, guys. You know, the Kalashnikov Encyclopedia and the Grim Reaper blows this stuff away, but still some cool stuff, right? Here's a finished Valmet. I mean, that's badass, right? Oh, let's see what else we got here, guys. There's some, I mean, this is literally just a random book, you know? Okay, here's the Yugoslavian Serbian M80. You're not going to find that at your local store. That's pretty cool. I mean, and like the Grim Reaper goes on and on, guys, but it's just fun. If you guys are getting into these, get these books and you'll see. I mean, here you go. This says a typical AKMS marking, right? And tell me if this looks familiar. I just showed you guys earlier. It was a Romanian. This isn't a Zhavsk, but it's the same principle. See those markings on there? Those Wassers, those early Wasser 1063s, those are legit. Those are legit, guys. Those parts kits are real parts kits. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying here. I've turned into the book review channel overnight, guys. Let's see here. Hey, hold on a minute. I missed something here. Okay. Someone said was asking if the Grim Reaper is good to go, and then someone else said that's like asking if you should avoid a transsexual hooker. Yes, you should avoid, and yes, you should get the Grim Reaper. That pretty much clears that up. Larry Vickers released a book. Yeah, I haven't checked that one out yet. I think that's more of like a coffee table book, which is still going to be some good pictures, I'm sure. Probably not quite the reference of the Grim Reaper or the Kalashnikov Encyclopedia, or actually even this book. I don't know if you guys are bored. Look this book up on Amazon or eBay. If you can find this book for like $5 or $10 or something, which you very well might be able to, this is a good book. I mean, there we go. AMD 65. We were talking about that earlier. Just to know what's out there, guys. If you want to see selector markings, if you're like Harold and Zeke doing the acid etching, you know, there's a close-up, the Infinity and the 1 for the Hungarian. There you go. You can look at selector markings. And I mean, this is just a cheap book, guys, but it's pretty cool, right? Let's see here. Francis has heard of the Onyx. I heard of it, but when do you get to see one? I mean, that's a rare one, right? Martin Jenkins, yeah, Misha owns a gun shop, Ozark Bear Arms, and just so you guys know, I'm gonna give him a shout out. Ozark Bear Arms is a good place to do business with, guys. I've bought a number of guns from him, more than one, more than two, and really good experience. Yeah, Misha's good people, guys, and it runs. He has a really nice online gun shop. You can find him on Gun Broker, Ozark Bear Arms. I don't mind shouting him out at all. And he's never given me any free guns, guys, but I'm still going to shout him out because he's cool. Let's see here. Oh, boy. We're talking about that Jenner guy. Yeah. I think if you live in New York and you call him Bruce Jenner, you can actually, like, go to jail, right? Don't they have, like, a misgendering law? That's fucked. Okay, guys, I need to go get something to drink. I'm going to probably be on about 20, 25 more minutes. If you guys can hold on, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. As usual, no music, nothing like that for fun. But if you guys just want to chat for 5 minutes, I do want to show you a parts kit, half-built parts kit that I got from Atlantic Firearms. And I want to just tell you guys a little bit about some of my past experiences and my most recent experience with them. Just because, again, I'm just trying to just share with you guys. It's like I'm sharing other things, just trying to help out and get some conversation going. So give me a minute, guys. I'll be right back. I'm almost out of my unsweetened iced tea. That's what we drink here. Unsweetened iced tea. The official drink of the Glock Shooter 79 channel. All right, guys, I'm back. Let's see if anyone's still in here. All right. Just grab me another cold one, guys. This is what I drink. You make fun of me if you want. I guess I'm a Yankee, right? Sweet tea's cool and all for you Southern boys, but I just don't have a taste for it. And no, it's not spiked. No drinking on this channel. Sorry, guys. But I do want to show you guys one quick thing before we talk about Atlantic, okay? And it's just like, I don't know about you guys, you know, but the older I get, just some of the simplest things in life are the best. So I want to pass on a little thing to you guys that I found lately that's just awesome, okay? And this is what it is. It's called True Lemon. And I like my unsweetened tea, but they don't make this with lemon, right? You can get the sweet tea with lemon, but not the unsweetened. So, and then sometimes I like the lemon water. Well, I'm working all the time, right? So I found these at a gas station, believe it or not. They had them sitting out like by their coffee creamers. And check this out. This is like a real deal lemon, guys. The ingredients are literally crystallized lemon, citric acid, which is vitamin C, lemon oil, and lemon juice. And it's in this little packet. And this little teeny packet is the equivalency of a lemon wedge. So this is how I like my tea, guys. I'm literally just going to crack this sucker open. I can put these right in the glove box or, you know, middle that compartment of my truck there. And it's seriously like this teeny bit of powder. Give it a quick shake. And it literally tastes like put a fresh lemon in there. So I don't know, guys. If you guys like this, check it out. I got these on Amazon. Here's what the box looks like. They're not that bad. They're not that expensive. And you can just take them on the go. And they also have the True Lime and the True Grapefruit, which are the same thing. These are not bad for you. There's no sweetener, no artificial nothing. It's just literally like squeezing a lemon into your tea or water when you're on the go. So, just figured I'd tell you guys about these. Pretty cool. You know, your kids might be drinking too much pop. Pop's terrible for you, obviously. Might be a good alternative to throw in their water. Just throwing it out there, guys. You can unsubscribe if you want. I caught that comment, but I figured there's a lot of channels right now. Some of them drink themselves stupid with loaded firearms. I've seen different ones lately and stuff. Some of them have one or two cold ones. Look, guys, I'm not a drink Nazi, okay? You guys want to have you a cold one? That's fine. I don't care if you don't drink and drive. I just wanted to make it clear. There's no drinking on this channel. This is this is what I drink, guys, literally. You can call me lame if you want. I'm an AK guy, okay? Of course I'm lame, right? I didn't need to say that. But yeah. Screaming Skull Saloon. Thanks for stopping in, man. Hopefully I didn't run you off with that True Lemon thing. I'm sure I'll see you again, man. I've seen you around in other streams, so I'd like to have you back again. Let's see what else I missed, guys. Oh, Dante's got a funny joke. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was kind of funny. Let's see. We're talking about Glocks and CZ Custom Shop. Man, the CZ is a hell of a gun too, but unfortunately the hipsters are trying to take that one too, guys. JNNC, there's channels with drunks and loaded guns. Yeah, there is actually. More than what you think, and they're a lot more popular than mine, okay? But that's fine. I never wanted to be popular, guys. Just trying to have fun. Cave Dave stopped eating processed sugar and lost 40 pounds. Well, hey, there you go, man. You might like that True Lemon or Lime. The grapefruit's actually to die for, guys. Next stream, I'm going to mix it up, and I'll do one with the grapefruit. Because you wouldn't believe how good pink grapefruit and iced tea is. It's awesome, guys. It's awesome. Let's see here. Oh, Warsaw. He pops in as soon as I say hipster. Listen, dude. Again. I haven't called you one, okay, man? I'm being nice. Let's see here. Misgender laws, yeah, that is actually a thing. New York has a misgendered law where if you were to call someone, you know, you bump into someone at the store accidentally and you say, "Excuse me, ma'am." Yeah, you could go to jail for that if you don't watch yourself, or at least get fined. I think you get fined first, and then you could possibly be jailed for misgendering, right? That's how sad it is. I know, I wish it wasn't a thing either. Yeah, man, again, I'm not trying to knock anyone drinking. If you guys want to drink, that's cool. I just figured I'd say it. You know, I might act goofy, guys. I might act off the cuff. I've done some goofy videos lately, guys. I have, just for fun. And a couple people asked me if I was drinking. No, I actually don't drink at all. This is just me. I'm just a little bit off the wall sometimes. Plus, this stuff tastes so good. Why would I want to drink anything else, right? Warsaw, Zeke told me. I'm not sure what you're talking about on that one, man. Maybe you're responding to somebody else. Let's see, Brastard762. I'm not quite sure what a hipster is. Not sure we have them down here on the Mexican border. Guess I'm lucky. Man, it's kind of getting late in the stream tonight, guys. I can't even get into it, but it'd take a while to even touch on what a hipster is. But I want to show you guys what I just got from Atlantic, okay? Okay, so if you guys have watched all my streams, you'll know we talked about this PM90 briefly, right? I'm just going to show you the old one real quick. So this is the PM90. It's got the welded folding stock to make it a pistol, right? So it's not an SBR. And if we cut the weld, get our tax stamp first, right? Get your tax stamp first, ATF approval, cut the weld. Now you've got a functioning SBR PM90, right? If you guys want to see more on this, refer back to one of my older streams. So that leads into what I just picked up. Okay, so I got this from Atlantic Firearms. They sell this as a complete gun or what they call a builder's kit, right? This is also essentially a PM90. And you could buy it as a complete gun from them for like $850, or you could buy this builder's kit. And if you look it up, it's sold out now, but you can still find it on there. And what it's supposed to come with, which I'm getting there with my story, guys, it's supposed to come with the receiver with a populated barrel. Now, what this gun's going to do to keep it from being an NFA firearm is this is going to have a functional folding stock on it, right? But to keep it from being an SBR, they pinned and welded this muzzle device. Looks like a suppressor. This is a fake suppressor. And this gets counted as the overall barrel length, right? Kind of like that Yugo M85 I showed you guys a couple weeks back. And again, if you want to make this an SBR, get your tax stamp first, of course. And then you can actually go in here and you'll see there's a welded blind pen. So you can remove that weld, find the pen, pull it out with some needle nose or some little pointed nose dikes, right? Pull that out of there. And this will just unthread right off. And now you've got a real deal PM90 SBR. So this is just another way to do it, right? Well, here's what happened, guys. This is all I have in my hands right now for a reason. Now, instead of paying $850 for the completed gun, I didn't want to quite spend that much, but I'm still really interested in this variant, right? So I bought the builder's kit. What that was supposed to include is everything you see here, the furniture, the upper and lower wood handguards. It was also supposed to include the folding stock assembly that's identical to the other one I have, but it's not welded, so it's going to be functional, right? Because it doesn't need to be welded. We've got a 16-inch barrel now, right? Well, I got the gun from Atlantic. I was all pumped. There's some pretty cool things about this. This has got an original, what they call virgin parts on it. You can see the trunnions unmarked. Again, a lot like that Yugo M85, unmarked trunnion. But this is all real deal Cougar stuff here. This is real military stuff. It just never got quite to the point of the manufacturing process of getting its final serial number. And the other thing that makes this gun awesome is this has an original Romanian cold hammer forged and chrome lined barrel too. So this is a real Romy barrel. I'll take it apart for you guys real quick. Unnumbered. So don't mistake this, guys. This isn't like what you call a Missmaster kit. This is literally a virgin kit that was made before the parts got serialized. So just keep that in mind. Which to me, this is way cooler than a Mixmaster kit. Normally there'd be numbers on the side here. No numbers on the recoil assembly. There's our carrier. Normally your carrier would have its numbers here. Again, unmarked. And then we've got our bolt. Now the bolt does not have an actual roll mark on it, but it does have an electro-penciled marking, which is fine. This is just more of like a control number because, as you guys probably already know, the AK gets its headspace off of the interaction with the bolt face. The carrier's got nothing to do with headspace, guys. It's just the interaction of the bolt against the face of the chamber, okay? The bolt face against the chamber face. So, with that said, they electro-penciled a number on there. That's just to make sure that this doesn't get separated from this gun. That's a good thing, right? We don't want any kabooms or anything like that. So, and if you'll notice, this is 246. And if you look at the serial number on this particular gun, the last four are 246. I don't know if it's going to focus. Yeah. Kind of. Anyway, so yeah, this is a completely unmarked virgin kit. But I'm missing half the parts, guys. Literally. I spent $600 for this, which I thought was badass. And the way they marketed it was this. This transfers through the gun shop as a receiver. But it was supposed to come with a complete folding stock mechanism. It was supposed to come with your furniture for your handguards. It was, what else am I missing here? Oh, it's supposed to come with a pistol grip, an original Romanian pistol grip with the screw and the little nut that goes into the little square hole on the bottom. For those of you guys who haven't built yet, there's a little nut with a square that sits in there, right? The only thing I was supposed to have to buy to turn this into a completed firearm was the 2 trigger access pins. You can see there without the selector block in it. Okay. Those 2 pins that your trigger and your hammer pivot on, those are called access pins. It was missing the 2 access pins, and it was missing the trigger group. And no magazine. That was it. So I was so excited to get this because I'm basically, I'm going to put one of those Century Rack 1 triggers in there, guys. Not a big Century fan, but I kind of hate the G2 and I like the Rack 1. So I'm going to throw a Rack 1 trigger in this and a magazine and 2 access pins, and I'm going to have a complete gun. Well, half the things were missing out of the box. I was bummed out. So I went on Atlantic site, tried to find a phone number. They don't have a phone number. You have to do like a leave them an online message. So I did. Told the first guy, hey, I can't email right now. I'm driving pretty much all day today. I need someone to physically call me. Nobody called me. I'm starting to get worried, guys. I've bought a lot of guns from Atlantic in the past, and they didn't get back to me right away, and I was getting a little bit worried. Well, the next morning, this was just a couple days ago, I had a lady call me. She took down some notes and said, now, what are you missing, sir? And I said, well, I'm missing half the parts. And I explained it all, down to the 2 screws that hold the folding stock in, the folding stock assembly, pistol grip, screw, nut, upper and lower handguard. Okay. Gas tube. Okay. I'm missing parts, right, guys? So she wasn't quite sure what to make of it. She's like, you're missing all that? Well, so she said, I'll have to take some notes and get back to the management. Well, guess what? Their operations manager emailed me, left me his personal phone number, his direct line, and said, we will get you all your parts. I'm very, very sorry. We'll take care of you. I called him up, talked to him for a little bit, just to make sure we were on the same page. Nicest guy ever. He ended up being an AK junkie himself. We talked for about 30 minutes, guys. And so Atlantic sent the parts to me. I haven't been home yet today. I'll see them when I get home in about an hour from now. But I saw that FedEx tracking showed that the package was delivered. So they literally sent it out that next day. It's been delivered. I was assured by the operations manager that it has all the parts. So Atlantic made a little mistake, a shipping error, but they were very sorry for it and seemed to make amends to it right away. So I just kind of want to give them a little bit of a thumbs up, guys. Seems like they're doing the right thing. So hopefully you guys like seeing this kit for now. And then maybe I'll put it together in the next week now that I have my parts and show you guys what this gun looks like. So I wouldn't call this a surplus kit, but it's pretty much the same thing, right? Because this is all military stuff. It just happens to not really be necessarily, I guess it is surplus. It just wasn't actually used in battle per se. This is stuff that was made for guns that they never ended up needing, right? Okay, guys, I'm going to be wrapping it up in a minute. Let me check the chat and see what I missed here. So I don't know where you guys are buying your guns from. It's getting kind of tough nowadays, guys. Some of the places have kind of had a bad rap lately. But I don't know. I've had pretty good experience with Atlantic in the past. I've probably bought, a dozen guns from them over the years, and they kind of made their first mistake with me, but they were really nice about it and seemed to have rectified it. Now, I'm hoping everything that's in that FedEx box is supposed to be in there. I'm going to take their word for it, but I'll let you guys know next week for sure to make sure they got me everything else I need for this. I'll either have it together by then, or if not, I'll be able to show you guys all the parts by then. So that's just a quick Atlantic story for you guys, just to give you some personal feedback. Let's see here. Warsaw, just some friend on YouTube who've been waving guns, announced and drinking. Oh, at the same time. Yeah, do you know these people or? Yeah, anyways, we don't want to do that, guys. Yeah, hopefully Zeke does do a little bit of a hopefully Zeke does do some of that content that we're asking for. Zeke's gonna have to do a drinking documentary, but we want to see a build kit, build tools video too. I think a few guys would like to see that, just to put all the tools in one place at once. Twisted Rudder, yeah, hipster, skinny jeans. Yep, that's one of them. Skinny jeans, a lot of times those real thick rim black glasses, those big plugs in the ears. Now, don't get me wrong, everyone that's got earrings or earplugs isn't a hipster. I'm just saying most hipsters happen to have those, right? Okay, let's see here. I don't know. I'll have to get with you guys later about who's exactly doing this, but if people are waving guns around while drinking, yeah. Cave Dave, I still have not gotten your email, but I've gotten emails from other subscribers and stuff, So I have no idea, man. If anyone wants to email me, it's GlockShooter79, my channel name, GlockShooter79@gmail.com. It seems to be working, but just not for Cave Dave, and I'd love to read your email, man. Let's see here. Okay, Zeke's out of here. If you're watching later, Zeke, good night, and thanks for stopping in. And let's see here. See, that's the thing, Warsaw. All of this was supposed to come in the same box, so I don't think it was FedEx or UPS. In fact, when I talked to their manager there, he actually said he thinks he knows maybe how this happened. Like, he knew right where the parts were, let's put it that way. I think it was just a little mistake by somebody there. But again, as long as I got all those parts that are supposed to come with this, I'm gonna give them a thumbs up, guys, because any business can make a little mistake. And if you're going to take care of me and better yet communicate with me about your mistakes, I'm going to say that's a good that's a good thing. So yeah, Mateo, I'm still going, but I'm just getting ready to shut it down. So you might want to go in here and look if you want to see about my my recent Atlantic purchase and a little bit of an experience I had with this PM90. Okay, let's see here, guys. Anything else? Okay, Twisted Rhetoric had problems with a G20, got a Wolf number 20 spring, fixed the issue. After that, when it's time to change the stock, I swapped into a Wolf. Okay, I guess you and Jay were talking. Oh, bluing. Yeah, I have a couple of bluing products I like. And if you guys want any tips on bluing, I actually like the Jins Boy. If you guys know who Jins Boy is, I think he's like Jins Boy 2001. He has a method where he kind of like gently heats the metal up with a torch. Not too hot, but hot enough. And then maybe he's using a hair dryer even, or a heat gun. Whatever it is, it's been a while since I've watched it. He heats it up, and it seems to set on a little bit better. Another thing too, I'm gonna have to check out and do a review on, guys, is there's these bluing crystals you can buy. I don't know where they're at right now, but I'll get them out for the next stream. There's a guy on eBay selling them, and it's this little packet of these crystals, and it'll make 1 gallon of bluing solution. So I'm kind of curious to see how it works. And there you go. We're so saying can't get it in the big containers. I mean, this guy's got like this little pouch. It's not much bigger than my True Lemon. I'm serious, guys, and it'll do 1 gallon. It's like super potent, like crystals. Now you can buy the big like jug of crystals that'll do like 50 gallons worth. So you could literally fill up an old bathtub full of it, right? Take your old moonshine bathtub, Warsaw, and make it into a a hot bath bluing salts. So I'm gonna have to check that out and let you guys know how that works. Okay, Mel says stump killer's bluing salts. This guy might be smart enough, guys, just to be putting stump killer in a bag. I don't know. But yeah, I'll check it out and see what I can how that product works out, because it was like $8 for enough to make 1 gallon. That's not bad, because like if I Oxbow Blue or any of those little ones, I bought this Safari Lamb, which was actually good stuff too. I mean, it was like $8 to $10 just for this little, like 8-ounce bottle. So yeah. Now, just because, here's the thing, guys, just because stump killer is bluing salts doesn't mean that that's necessarily what this is. Okay, guys, you could probably blue a stump killer, but all bluing salts aren't necessarily stump killer. I think there's more than one way to do this. So I'm not going to jump to conclusions yet on what this product is that I got, because you actually don't have to boil it from what it says in the instructions. We'll see. I don't know enough right now to really like educate on the topic, but it's just an idea. There's if any of you guys want to check that out, there's a guy on eBay selling these little packets. Let's see here. Okay, looks like Mr. FNH checked out. So good night to you, man. Cold blue, hot blue. Okay, so probably hot bluing's better, right? But I don't know. I've done some pretty cool stuff with cold blue, guys. If you know what you're doing and you take your time with it, and just make sure you degrease everything. That's a big problem people run into. There can't be any fingerprints, no leftover cosmoline oil. It needs to be able to actually attack the metal, bare metal. So I like to use like an acetone to wipe it off, because that'll get rid of everything and dry really quick. Denatured alcohol is also pretty good. But if you're gonna cold blue, I kind of like the Jins Boy method, guys. If you know someone else that's doing it better, throw it in the comments. But I think if you follow his instructions, that's not going to lead you wrong. He has a good video about that. Okay, so Mel's concurring. He submerged receivers into cold blue Oxbow, and it works great. Yeah. Just don't leave it in there too long, guys, unless you want it to be like a black bluing. Like if you look at the bluing from Romania here, I don't know if the light will pick it up. It's got a bluish hint to it. It really does. If you look at compared to this receiver, there's clearly a difference. So yeah. Cave Dave tried the browning and then bluing. That's another option. Yep. Okay, so Warsaw saw a movie on Netflix. Carl Bright and the Mexican gang said, "What's up, homie?" They're pointing their AKs at the cops. Yeah, those are probably ones that Eric Holder sold to him. Holder and Obama. Yeah. Dante Thompson had a blue Christmas once. That's not good, is it? Let's see here. Oh, Jay's speaking Spanish to worse, so I don't know Spanish, so it's hard for me to know what you guys are saying. The Mexicans should know they're handling a Russian-made gun. Yeah. More like Holder and Obama, the biggest gun salesman, right? To the Mexican cartels. Man, that Fast and Furious thing, I'm not going to get into it, guys, because it's so late, but it makes you sick, doesn't it? So that's why you guys need to think about these elections coming up. Whoever we put in office, whether you want it to be Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, just think about it, guys. Look at the stuff that they've done before. All on a ploy to try to take our guns, too, you know. Brian Terry had to die at the border and everything. And just to try to take our guns. Let's see here. Anything else I missed? Yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna go to Home Depot or whatnot and get some of the that stump killer. I think it's the same stuff that it's like a copper sulfate or something like that you put into. You can put it into your septic tank too for roots. It's probably the same thing. Oh, goat's horn. Oh, geez. Jeez. Yeah, that would be cool. Bastard saying it was offered to go to Juarez and pick up full auto Chinese AKs in the 90s, but never took them up on that offer. 200 each, but you got scared. Yeah, I kind of would be too. Oh, is that what they call AKs? Oh, okay, I get it now. I get it. What are they running around like this with them? Like, I don't know. Okay, guys, looks like I'm pretty much caught up on the comments. I've kept you guys on here for about 2 hours and 8 minutes, so I think I'm going to be wrapping it up here. I don't know if anyone has any more questions on this. You can let me know, or there we go. That's a little better. I don't know if any of you guys like the PM90 or not, but we might talk about it again a little bit next week. So just think about that, and I'm going to be getting off here. Oh, I get it, guys. The curve of the mag. Hold on before I sign off here. The goat horns, right? Can you imagine? Andale, andale. Andale, amigos. Whatever, right? I know like 3 Spanish words, guys. Yeah, Jay, I like it too. This fake suppressor is just on there for like NFA reasons, though. Just keep that in mind, right? So if you want to get the tax stamp, that's going to take care of that right quick. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off here, and really appreciate everyone coming in. I've enjoyed talking to you guys as usual, and 2 hours has flown by like it's been like 5 minutes. So I'll talk to you guys next time, and be cool, guys. See you later.